I've said for a long time that parents of child superstars are often very weird or just downright evil. And today I'm going to show you a man that's a combination of both, but Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, chemical cringe, and created the worst dad in TikTok and YouTube history, Monty Lopez. I made a whole video about this guy a month ago. He's the dad of Addison Rae, one of the biggest TikTok stars in the world, and he has used his daughter like a goddamn piggy bank that he taps into for clout. This guy lives vicariously through his daughter's success, and he has thrown away his entire family in order to ride on the fart fumes of her fame. So, Monty Lopez has been going to like TikToker parties, even without Addison Rae being there, just going solo and hitting on some of the TikTok stars there, as well as even handing out roses to some of them. He'll FaceTime 19-year-olds at like 3 a.m. sometimes, and it's just become a very well-known thing that Monty Lopez is a fucking creep. And he's doubled down on this. He cheated on his wife. He had a mistress who was less than half his age. He's 46 years old, but I think he has the brain of a 16-year-old boy. It is pathetic, and it just keeps getting worse. So yesterday, well, 2 days ago now, he posted a diss track on Yung Gravy. Yung Gravy is a very large artist now who's been really popping off recently, and even was hooking up with Addison Rae's mom, Monty Lopez's ex-wife. So that made Micro Penis Monty very upset, and the two had beef, but it was very one-sided because no one really gives a fuck about Monty Lopez. He's just like this little pest that kind of flies around. He's like a goofy side character in a filler episode of Naruto that no one remembers, but then when he does appear, people kind of laugh at. But anyway, Monty Lopez made this diss track on Yung Gravy, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of it and talk about it because this is really something special. I bet you've never seen Windows Movie Maker intros that beautiful. This guy unironically just started his music video with the Star Wars opening text crawl. That's wild. A classic. And I would argue Monty Lopez's music video here is on par with the latest 3 Disney Star Wars movies, to be honest. Like, they're pretty close in quality. I love this, though, because it immediately sets the tone for the rest of the video. It's setting you up for an absolute fucking masterpiece. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, somehow Monty Lopez returned with a banger, a fire diss track.
Hey, look, Gravy. This is for you, bro. Fuck you and fuck them hoes.
I'm a villain in the villa. I stole your bitches. That new gen fame, I could help you make a living.
This just screams midlife crisis and insecurity. I also think it's a giant self-report on loneliness here. I always find it to just be a huge tell that you get no pussy when, for your diss track, you hire women to be around you and pretend like they're somewhat having fun near you. For a normal music video, I get it, but for a diss track directed at someone, it just shows you're trying way too hard to be something that you're not. Like, this just isn't the flex you think it is here, Monty. This just makes me feel like you have been absolutely destroyed since the divorce with your wife, which you caused, by the way. And now you're just really trying every way of presenting yourself as not being lonely, which I do get the impression you are, especially since most of the 19-year-olds that you were talking to don't talk to you anymore. But anyway, I want to give a little special shout out to all of the dancers in this video here. It can't be easy to do this. To make it through the filming of this without puking has to be an incredibly difficult task, because they have to listen to this song on repeat 100 times. That's enough to drive even the most sane individual to complete lunacy. And they had to be around Monty Lopez for however many hours it took to film this pile of shit, and that just sounds downright dangerous.
In the studio with your girl, she a fan. You just stuck at home with your dick in your hands.
Just a heads up, that Windows notification you heard during the song was my computer. It wasn't in the song. It happened when I was recording it, and I just did not feel like subjecting myself to this fucking torture twice, so I didn't re-record it. But anyway, I want to focus on this line here. In the studio with your girl, she's a fan, while you're stuck at home with your dick in your hand. Monty, what is she a fan of? You don't do anything. Legitimately, the only thing you've ever done is give birth to a TikTok superstar, and her fame you had no role in whatsoever. Monty, you don't do anything. There's nothing to be a fan of. unless he just happens to be into 46-year-old washed up losers. The delusion here is just crazy. I feel like this song was ghostwritten for him. I don't think Monty even has the ability to have produced lines even this amateurish. And I feel like the ghostwriter didn't know who it was for because this line just doesn't work. There is no such thing as a Monty Lopez fan. You genuinely, and I'm not even just trying to be mean, you don't do anything. All of your TikToks are you just like standing there. Like you don't even dance half the time. You actually do nothing. You exist.
Step into the ring and put your head on a swivel. I make you girls' ass go jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah, I like jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
I done made your girls' ass go jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Welcome to basically the rest of the song. He just keeps saying jiggle, jiggle over and over again. So maybe this truly was written by Monty Lopez and his brain finally stopped functioning there towards the end and just started like record skipping on jiggle. So he just kept writing it down and then just that's where it ended for the next fucking 45 seconds. It's basically just him saying jiggle, jiggle over and over and over again as the models he paid just shake their ass near him and he spanks them. And I bet that wasn't even in their contract. That was probably Monty Lopez method acting, you know, just improvising. There was probably like a no touching clause which he violated and needed to pay them like quadruple to make up for after the filming. But yeah, I just wanted to share this because it's yet another really sad endeavor from Monty. I feel so fucking bad for his family. Having to see shit like this from their dad, or Sherry having to see this from her ex-husband, like, goddamn, that is gotta be miserable. But yeah, anyway, just that's about it. See ya.